the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Golden Eagles and the reigning Super Bowl champs on Thursday night primetime.
With the Wasatch Mountains overlooking us, EA Sports so proud to welcome you to the capital city of Utah, Salt Lake City. Tonight we are back to football. It's the Thursday opener for 2024. As it will be the Golden Eagles of Montreal taking on the Desperados of Salt Lake City. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Well, what an exciting time here in this great city. Of course, it's no stranger to big-time sports. They've had the NBA team here, but now a relocation franchise in the NFL. And right away, he lost the football. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Flush to his right, and he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100-plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. The play fake, now Young. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. In motion left is Davis. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. Fourth down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
On second down, another shot for Robinson.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun, it's Rodgers.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Caught left side, Hopkins. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. Now Rodgers.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Yeah, to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
That's taken on the 25. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Young. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's got this down to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Young. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Calling a loss of 4 there on the sack, and speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Gano's kick is good, and that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Throwing is Rodgers. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Rodgers now to throw.
That's caught by Mingo, right side.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
3rd and 5.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On second down, another shot for Robinson.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Here's third and a few inches.
Rodgers going to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. 1st and 10, Young. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Meanwhile, Young's throw taken in by Cooper here.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Now 3rd down and 7.
Here's Young. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. There he goes, left side. Pushing his way through. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
That's how you run the screen right there. The defenders get out of place, and then there's a lot of room to maneuver for your running back.
That's because all the defenders, or I should say the bulk of the defenders, were chasing the quarterback. Great disguise, great fake. Got the screen out there, turned into a large gain.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Young's throw going to be caught by Davis.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. Taking it right down Broadway. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 70, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. 5 plays there on that drive. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
They begin the drive with Robinson.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Robinson will try to pick it up. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Here's Tommy Townsend now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 62 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw, Young. A short throw to Ingram. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 48-yard line.
Off the play fake, Young. Can't get away, and he's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Rodgers now on first down. He completes this one to Mingo. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
It's 2nd and inches at the 22-yard line.
Robinson up the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers again now. That's over the middle and caught by Mingo.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Here's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1.
Open man is Mingo, complete.
Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge.
Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Juju Smith-Schuster
From 4 yards out.
And the Desperados are back within a score.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point forthcoming. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it's capped off by the touchdown from Juju Smith-Schuster. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. It got his man complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Young. Right back to Cooper, and he got him again.
And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line. Now Young. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as that promises to be a tight one. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And then lastly, on Sunday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. We saw a solid first half out of the workhorse Nick Chubb. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
It's Young on first down. He'll get this one complete to Davis, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Young now from the 50. And this one is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. A play fake. Now Young. And that's incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To the air once more, Young.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. They go play action. Young.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
A second down throw for Young. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Offense.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Following the penalty, Chubb. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at.
Touchdown!
Isaiah Hodgins.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Golden Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Gano the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Throwing is Rodgers. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Here's another shot now for the Montreal offense. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Young off the play fake.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Young now.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
That throw by Young incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down, and as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
This is taken at the 23. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. On play action, Rodgers. He'll find Lindsey here. Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll bring up second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Rodgers now to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. First and 10 in the red zone.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Now Rodgers. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Jonathan Mingo
from 13 yards out.
And the Desperados have got it back to within a score. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Coup for the extra point.
And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So the drive there took 6 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
Here is Young. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands. And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And out will come the offense as they take over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Rodgers going to throw. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's good for 28 yards. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw, it's Rodgers. It's complete to Hopkins. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back live here now in Salt Lake City.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Here's Rodgers to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Rodgers now on first down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them the first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive, because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. And Young's throw there incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller, because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Yeah, just couldn't hang on to the slam. That throw by Young incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Young to throw it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. They go up the middle with Chubb. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Now, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
98 yards on the ground for him now, as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And again, it's Chubb. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Meanwhile, Young's throw here taken in by Ingram. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Handoff comes to Chubb. And And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So from the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. Throwing, Young. Steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down. Young. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line. First down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play.
Touchdown! Evan Ingram from 3 yards out. And the Golden Eagles have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. So still time remaining here in this 4th quarter, but the touchdown there puts them back out in front.
And you and I both know that their defense will not very subtly remind everyone that they started all of this because they held firm on the last drive and only gave up a field goal. Gave it back to the offense in a tie game and said, okay, your turn now, make something happen. And they went down the field and scored.
Extra point try good by Gano. And they will take a 7-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, here's Young. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
At their own 14-yard line.
On 1st down, Rodgers. This short throw caught by Goddard and out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 7. To throw is Rodgers. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now Rodgers, and he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way. Rodgers to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Now a first down throw complete downfield. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. To throw is Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for our offense.
Now Rodgers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Back to throw, Rodgers. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Here's 2nd down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
He'll look to throw. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Coup now for the point after. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? What does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Pulled in at the 24. Four quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulous as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
131 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. They run it again with Chubb. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Now the first throw in overtime for Young. Over the middle, Amari Cooper, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw, Young. Caught right side, Davis. And he's taken down inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Young looks to throw on 1st down. It's caught. Cooper. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 22-yard line.
A give. This is Chubb. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Chubb. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Gano's kick is good, and they have regained the lead. So they do get the short field goal here to get them the all-important overtime lead. But, Charles, you wonder if they'll wind up ruining the fact that they were able to get down into the red zone, yet not able to find the touchdown that would have won them the game.
Brandon, you're absolutely right. In overtime, when you get the ball first, the hope is your opponents never see the football. But now they're going to get a drive to try and win it, or at least keep the game alive with a field goal. And I'm getting a dictionary out to look up ruin.
First throw of overtime for Rodgers. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Well, partner, tonight was a great way to kick the season off. That before the game, probably as much pomp and circumstance to start a season as I can ever remember. And this is just game one of many to come. Sitting next to you, really looking forward to it.
As am I. Great to be back in booth with you for another season. Great to get this year underway. You and I both know interesting is going to be the word. An extra week now as part of that newer 17-game season. What a fun opener tonight. We know the better games are still on their way, but I'm glad that we got started.
So for Montreal, they start the season with a great win on the road here in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Salt Lake City, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.